bit nervous, if you can't tell. And I knew that I had broken my rib.
Here we go, day 2. Breakfast, coffee complete. We got a 2-man tent here and all the gear we need to kind of make accommodations along the way and figure out meals and get to that river wave. Yee-hoo! Style! Style! Look at this guy. Flyest guy on the Bono. You got that strap out of the water?
Tugboat, pulling up the acacia palms, the logged acacia palms, to go to the mill that we saw that is pretty much running the town where we launched from. A lot of my friends there work for the mill or the forest company. It reminds me of paddling up the Mississippi. There's these massive barges. There'd be like 20 of these back to back to back, and they'd all be carrying coal up the Mississippi to fire power plants that were power plants right next to the river that could be used for hydropower. There's 26 dams and only 1 or 2 of them are actually generating electricity. Here is just a massive barge. It's a lot of logs.
Marcus, what's the story with this place? Why did we stop?
On the way up the river, I stopped here and stayed the night. It's a friendly family. Another guy who works at the mill, but he's retired, built this house and he started farming. A combination of things. Definitely rice and something else, but not sure what.
He's working a field somewhere in this area then.
Yeah, it's sort of like part-time retirement. I think more of his kids probably work the field more and he just sort of manages it. I think he's pretty happily well set up. You can see his nice big house here on the river.
Yeah, you got bars in the window and everything.
SUV parked in the garage.
SUV?
That's what you call them, right? Yeah, I was just gonna stop to say hello, but they don't seem to be here, so we'll keep on going.
Sounds like a plan to me. All right, let's find some lunch. How deep is that water?
How deep? Well, it probably gets pretty deep after this. I don't know about beyond this. Just leaving our lunch place here. Nice little public dock. Probably used to be a public ferry service here, but it looks like it's closed down. Made for a perfect lunch spot, and these guys have got a nice fishing spot here next to the swallow factory, bird's nest factory. These things are everywhere.
That is what approaching rain looks like. Oh, it's coming in fast. Time to get prepped. So rain's coming in and the monkeys are moving around quite a bit. Yeah, some along the ground. All over these trees. There you go.
Definitely prefer this weather to the blaring hot sun.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
Nice. Except for the headwind. It's not ideal.
I would have been here, probably even with the sun.
So many old cultures have thunder and lightning gods.
Menacing, for sure.
You hadn't seen that before, and then all of a sudden you do. It's like, what?
Yeah. All right, walk us through this pit stop, Marcus.
Well, we were out on the water and there was lightning firing all around us. We both guessed that it was at least 5 kilometers away, but there was some in front of us, some behind us, some to the side of us. So we didn't want to become lightning rods. You were a bit lower, so you're probably a bit safer than me standing up. So we just stopped here to get out of the lightning. And it turns out there's a little shop here. And our brother here is bringing us some hot water. We're gonna have some green tea, and we got some cup of noodle soups. Looks like it's sort of just the end of a palm plantation road here.
All right.
But, yeah, pretty peaceful. We got the swallow bird's nest behind us, chirping away. And yeah, gonna have some nice tea, some jasmine tea.
Lovely.
Iya, mau nanya-nanya nih.
Oh.
So, reflections on the day?
It was a great day.
Oh, look who it is!
Ah,
It's Asim!
our
Look at that
favorite
guy.
turban snack guy.
We had some other stuff by him today called Singkong Balado. It was like barbecued cassava chips.
That was really nice, yeah, that stuff. So we camped last night, kind of upriver and opposite bank of a small little village. And so it actually rained pretty heavily the night before, so very little chance, or it would have taken us a long time to make a fire and breakfast. So we decided to paddle into town, pulled up the watercraft and went and got some hot water from the villagers. Used their outhouse facility, which is basically just 4 boards that are walls at the end of a dock, and then it just straight into the river.
Yeah, literally just a hole in the floor
Yeah.
of the little square box.
Yeah.
Straight into the river.
And every home has one.
So we were swimming in the toilet today a bit.
The whole river's a toilet, if you want to think of it that way.
Yeah.
Switch crafts today, so I was on the kayak. Mark was on the stand-up paddleboard.
We were planning only to do that half day, but ended up doing it all day, which is fine.
Yeah.
I was enjoying standing up.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice for me too to sit down in the kayak, and we figured we actually moved faster that way.
It was fairly overcast most of the day. We didn't have like excruciatingly hot sun until we actually stopped for lunch, and we stopped at perfect timing when the
Yeah.
sun came out.
Yeah.
And that was just down the way from the house that I had stayed at before.
On the way up, yeah.
The people there weren't home, unfortunately, so I didn't get to say hello to them. But
Yeah, actually, it started to get overcast by the time we pushed off after lunch, and we paddled for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. We could see that there's a big storm coming in, so we got ready for the rain, which was fine. It was actually nice and cool, but then that's when the lightning started.
the rain was quite nice.
The rain was lovely. I strongly prefer to paddle rain and overcast.
Lightning came, and so we decided to pull over at a place that had a big bird's nest house in front of it.
Yeah, that's what it looked like from the distance, but I think it turned out that was actually places where all the workers from the palm plantation
It was dry. There was sort of like dock space with a dry cover, and contemplating staying there, but we both sort of wanted to move on, look for somewhere a bit nice.
Yeah.
It was sort of muddy transport zone. Didn't look that nice.
Plus the swallows' nest, those buildings where they, I guess, harvest these swallows' nests, some of them, they play a recording of a swallow song, like really loud. I don't know if they would do it throughout the night, but that's,
Yeah.
I guess, that's how they attract the birds to make nests there. And so that was at least blaring the whole time we were there, which
It's somewhat annoying.
Yeah,
You get used to it though.
probably after eventually, but I don't know if I would during one night. So yeah, it was 5 o'clock, so we kind of had the choice of whether to make camp there or push on a little bit further.
And we pushed on.
Yeah, we pushed on because at that time the rain it kind of cleared up.
It had
right?
sort of cleared up, and
Yeah.
we weren't seeing any lightning. There was no rain.
Yeah.
It was quite calm.
Yeah,
5 minutes, 10 minutes after we left,
yeah,
it got a lot darker, and then lightning and thunder all around us. And just a little bit after that, it just came down torrential.
yeah.
And right about that time, we passed a little sort of like a ditch canal running up outside of the river. There's a big tree.
Yeah,
Decided to come investigate, and then it came down torrential.
yeah.
So we called it a night.
It was really, really good timing actually, because we were pumping. It was getting dark, starting to rain. Then when the lightning came, that's when we were definitely ready to find a spot for the night. Because of the lightning primarily, I'd say, because it wasn't really dumping at that point. So we found this little inlet, kind of almost paddled past it and just came back up to check it out because of the big tree. Came up and it was a really narrow sort of waterway, which now I think we understand services this palm plantation. So by the time we got to the big tree, it was just dumping, and we knew we at least had to take shelter there here for a while. And there was some higher ground that was potentially dry, so had a lean-to with a sup against a tree just to stay dry for a bit, put on our raincoats, just wanted to wait the rain out. It really didn't happen. I mean, it didn't really stop raining the entire time. So yeah, then we proceeded to make dinner with hot water that we had transported from our last stop, thankfully. We made some cup noodles, had some delicious sardines in there, and then there was a small break in the rain
Where we were able to put this up.
where we were able to make shelter.
And now we are nice and dry, warm and dry. Gonna play some chess.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe have a little taste of
well,
some something.
yeah, maybe a little belt of whiskey. Let the chess war continue.
Call it a night.
Yeah. What a great day.
Good day.
Warm and dry now. That's what's important.
Let's eat some more cup of noodles.
Let's do it.